The wedding night often come with a lot of hype. You would hear people say your wedding night will be bam. Your wedding night will be amazing. Your wedding night will be cool. What many people don't tell you is the fact that that wedding night may not be like that hype. It may not be bam. It may not be bosh. It may not be cool. We are here today to share with you what really happened on our wedding night. It was not necessarily bam. Neither was it bosh. And neither was it cool. Stay tuned to hear more about it. Welcome to Purpose Driven Marriage Podcast. My name is Dr. Samuel Ekundayo, and this is my beautiful and amazing wife.
I'm Blessing Ekundayo. We're glad to have you here.
This is Purpose Driven Marriage, where we model kingdom marriage and we help you align to the purpose of God for your marriage. Today we have a topic that many people have been dying to hear, and it is about our wedding night. What really happened? So we are going to be giving it raw and uncut. Our children are not home, so be expected to hear it live and direct with all the words unmixed.
Yes, it's rated 18.
So if you have children around you right now, you might want to maybe send them to another room. Or if they could be hearing what we are sharing right now, maybe you want to find a way to make sure that you go away from them, because the very things we're going to be talking about are not for children.
Yeah, and if you're a child, change the channel. This is not for you.
Yeah, if you're a child that loves Dr. Sam and Dr. Blessing, this one is not for you. If you're not yet up to 18, please just change the channel. Change it to sports or game or something else. All right, or preaching. God bless you in Jesus' name. Amen. When your turn comes, you will understand. So you
understand what we're talking about.
Yeah. So what really happened on our wedding night?
Very interesting. So how do we start?
Yeah.
First of all, I want to say that if you have yet to subscribe to our channel, you haven't turned on your notification bell so that you don't miss any of our episodes on this channel, please do so.
Yes, sir. By the way, you look lovely.
Yes,
look good in
thank
red.
you.
Lady in red.
Man in red.
Let's talk about the expectations for the wedding night. Our expectations for the wedding night, and then we can talk about what really happened. So, babe, you want to start? What were your expectations?
My expectations, to be honest with you, I'm not sure I had a lot of expectations about our wedding night, because to be honest, it's not something that we really talked about. I went into marriage prior to that. I was a virgin, so I didn't really have a lot of experience. Yes, and my husband was. I felt like I put a lot of expectation on him. Yeah,
because I apparently had some experiences.
So because of that experience, I just felt like, he's done this before. He knows what to do. He's got us, and
and I think I made mouths too to say I got us, but I was gotten not to.
So personally, my expectation was just that it was going to go well. We're going to have this flamboyant night where we'll enjoy ourselves, we'll have sex, and it's going to be hot, because we were looking forward to something that was hot. But in terms of planning and expectation, in terms of something magnificent, something wow, it wasn't really there. I think that also we did not really prepare for that day. Unfortunately,
we didn't prepare enough.
So personally, I was very naive. And I take responsibility for that. I was naive, and I didn't unprepared. Yes, so I didn't think that you had to prepare for the wedding night. I had some. Maybe we'll talk about that later. What about you?
I had big expectations. As a man now, and to be very sincere, even though I had some experiences before, so I didn't marry as a virgin. I'd made some mistakes in the past when it comes to relationships and all of that, and that has led to defiling the bed. I think quite a few times. But nonetheless, before our marriage and while in our relationship, I had kept myself. So you can expect, as a child of God, repented and all of that. My expectation was very, very high. Very high in the sense that we were looking forward. In fact, one of the prayers we normally pray at that time is, Father.
You normally pray.
Yeah. Jesus, don't come yet until the child of God has come.
God have mercy on you.
Don't come here to let the child of God,
Jesus, you can come now.
Yeah. Because we have been waiting, we have been,
keeping yourself,
denying ourselves and all of that. So, we are like, Jesus should come after the wedding night at least, that's that kind of a thing. So the expectation was high. I was expecting, to enjoy it. I was expecting that both of us would enjoy it. I was expecting, ease. And a bit of joy and less friction and all of that. But like my wife said, I was also not prepared because I thought, what's the big deal? It's just sex. But I didn't what I did not realize, and nobody told me, was that sex with a virgin is completely different. It's something that would require a lot of patience, all of those sort of things. Nobody warned me. And should we talk about how nobody warned us as well? I think it is really important. If you're married and you're watching this, and you have a friend who's yet to get married, please always call them in advance before their wedding day to literally educate them about sex on the wedding night and beyond.
Yeah.
Many people don't educate, or many people are not educated.
Yeah.
And they go into it with this big, wedding night hype and expectation, and then they are shocked and surprised that it didn't turn out the way it should turn out.
Yes, I also want to add that in addition to that, I think it's important for people to also go for marriage counseling.
Yeah,
because we did not
premarital counseling.
Yes, because that's where you actually get some of this education, and your eyes are open to things that you never imagined or thought might actually happen, like the challenges that might actually happen. I think that I went for
premarital counseling. We did at the Redeemed Christian Church of God. It was one day though.
Yeah. So for me, like I went
like a crash course.
Yeah, I was going weekly because we were doing long distance relationship. Yeah. So he was not there, but I was sharing a few things with him.
I was living in New Zealand.
It was one day. It was like a few days to the wedding. Like just called us.
They did a crash course.
It was not really like.
Full on.
Yeah, exactly.
And when it comes to the sexual aspect of things, they were not very open. So like when you see SU people talk about sex, they can use the sex itself to talk about. They say, it's Jerusalem when you are going to Jerusalem, or all those kind of things like that. Instead of being very real, I mean, we are talking to people who will eventually do it.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't think we even had any sex talk in terms of education. I don't think we really
our counsel to those who are yet to marry, who are about to marry, who will marry someday is, please, for your own good, go for premarital counseling.
Absolutely.
If your premarital counseling does not include sexual education, please make sure you also get sexual education on the other side as well.
Yes.
Because it's extremely important.
Very important.
I think we've done an episode where we talked about how many of us, our exposure to sex affects our sex life eventually in marriage. So if you're exposed to sex, for instance, maybe through rape and abuse and all of that, that will automatically, without a doubt, affect your
it will impact it.
So that trauma would affect your sex life in marriage. The same way too, if you're exposed to sex through pornography, through illicit sex, like illicit sex is not the same as like married sex. Illicit sex is something you stole to eat. You didn't eat it at the liberty of all that you are meant to enjoy. So it's easy for like someone like me at that time, it's easy to say, I've had sex before now, what's the big deal?
It should just be like a walk in a park. After all, it's something you've done before, but it was not like that.
It was totally.
Should we continue our story because I think we are jumping?
Let's continue our story. So that was our expectation. Unfortunately, the expectation was mixed with non-preparation. And
we were not prepared for the wedding night.
Non-education.
Although we had talked a lot about sex and stuff like that, sexual compatibility and things like that. But in terms of what will happen on that night, we didn't really talk about it. And interestingly, we went for the wedding, and the wedding was a lot of energy. It was lots of energy that we brought. Dancing
from the traditional the day before,
dancing
to the church wedding.
I don't think I've danced like that before in my life, because even with the shoes I was wearing, so my thighs were hot and I was like having muscle pull.
Yeah, it was a lot of dancing.
It was a lot. And I remember in terms of preparation, towards the wedding night, which wasn't really preparation, but I just had an inclination that, you have got to buy lingerie and things like that, to look good.
Should we tell them about the lingerie?
to look good and to smell nice, and the other thing because being a virgin, I had an inclination to get some like an anesthetic agent. I think it was like xylocaine gel. I can't remember. I think it was xylocaine gel.
Yeah, xylocaine gel.
But I think it was
not lubricant.
I thought it was KY jelly. To be honest, we were talking about it yesterday. I thought I got KY jelly. But I don't know if the KY jelly I thought I got was not great.
Lack of education. Nobody told us.
But in my head it was KY jelly that I got. But anyways, so I got something. So that was my little preparation. And the lingerie that I got was a lingerie that
Let's just call it grandma's lingerie. No problem.
I don't like that.
Deeper life lingerie.
To be fair, I was so naive. I was so uneducated in terms of that area. Please, ladies, don't be like me.
Yes, so get education.
I remember I went to my mom to go and get the stuff.
And mommy helped.
Enough. My mom is so like she likes cotton. She likes to wear. You have to wear. She used to buy us cotton in underwears. And it has to be full. There's nothing like G-string.
No,
what's that? No, children of God don't wear that. So anyway,
and I saw it, I was like, "What is this?" But anyway.
you to be fair, to be fair. Well, that maybe that you thought so, but you didn't say so.
Yeah. But I eventually said later.
Anyway, I think we are jumping the gun. Okay. So that was part of the mini preparation, right? And then we finished the wedding. We went over to our hotel,
our lodge,
our lodge.
Because I was not living in Nigeria, so necessarily we didn't have a house in Nigeria, so to speak. I remember even how we did our traditional the day before. The night over, you slept in the lodge.
Yeah.
Me and my family, we slept in a house that had been sort of like rented / provided for us. So it wasn't. We didn't even have the time to even talk and see much within that period. Yeah. And then after the wedding day, then we, I remember the wedding day, everyone was saying, Ale ni ma ale, like Ale in Yoruba means tonight will be massive. In fact, one of the MCs looked at me and saw the way I was dancing with so much energy. The parents said, don't go and kill this guy. But yeah.
So we finished the wedding and it was late. We then, retired to our room, at the lodge that we had.
We were tired though.
We're tired, and it was just a normal lodge. It was comfortable. It was nice. AC, everything was beautiful. And we had like food that was already packed for us. Yeah. And that day, I was like, oh my god, this is now my husband. And I'm sure I probably think this is my wife. And I think it was probably like on the high day, ready to do something.
I was ready. All the hype, all the energy.
To be honest, we're tired.
But we I wanted to.
Yeah,
I wanted to. I'm not sure.
We ate.
Showered.
And then before a shower, like I was shy. I was very, very shy. And then I remember that he helped me take off my gown and things like that. Yeah. And then we went to shower for the very first time together.
It was good.
And even though I was with my what you call grandma underwear. It wasn't grandma. It wasn't that bad. So when you hear grandma, you give it.
It was bad. Let's not even go there. Newsflash to anybody marrying someone who's from Foursquare background,
babe. No. Don't generalize.
SU background,
don't generalize.
Deeper Life background. No. Let's tell them.
Don't generalize.
Newsflash to anyone who's coming from some of those backgrounds that their premarital counseling does not contain anything like that.
We didn't do premarital counseling, baby.
I'm just saying. Let me warn people in advance.
Yeah, we did not do premarital counseling.
It's important that you get education. Very important. Yeah, we did, but it was not. We
did not get education. We did not.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, so I remember we finished finished everything,
Yeah.
and then we had a good shower. It was nice,
Yeah.
But funny thing about, even after all the things he's saying, right? He was still like, "Oh, babe, you're looking so beautiful.
Of course.
You're looking so sexy.
Of
You're looking
course.
so hot."
Yes, I had to. It was very important. In my own opinion, I believed that was really helping us with the foreplay and all of that. That was the belief. That was the little I knew at that particular point in time. And interestingly, she was actually ready for us to, go through the whole thing. What really happened was that we didn't really go through a lot of foreplay. Number one, we were not educated in that regard. Number two, we were tired. So we were just going straight to the point, trying to rub that silocaine jelly and trying to see how we can just penetrate. Sincerely, that was the topmost on both of our minds, because we were not educated. We were like, just penetrate.
Penetration
Very
naive.
is sex. Yeah, penetration is sex. What we did not know, that there are all kinds of things that are sex related, but we did not know. We were not educated, and that's why we're advocating for education. So that on your wedding night is not the night to just go straight to penetration. No, that may have been what your education is. That may have been what you have been exposed to with regards to porn.
Yeah.
That may have been what people's expectation in terms of what they say to you, that like tonight will be massive.
Hot.
And what you are thinking about tonight will be massive with one bam, 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 doggy style. But that often is not always the case. It's very important to ensure that you get educated. And in your education, you'll probably be told, that foreplay should be more than the idea of penetration itself. So if we have been educated, what would have done differently that night, maybe we'll talk about that later on, would have been to really engage in proper foreplay. Proper foreplay, where naturally the woman will be wet, the woman will be ready. But because both of us were so uneducated, she was naive. I came with experience, but some of the experience that I came with didn't have foreplay involved, because they were all stolen meat. Stolen meat, you don't prepare, you just take it and quickly run away. So that was really what happened. It was painful for her. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Well, yes. I think we were not really moving forward.
Yeah, it was painful and it was frustrating for me on my own part, because at the end of the day we couldn't penetrate.
And I think on that day, even though you had to be fair on you, even though you had like the high expectations, I think that on that day you didn't put pressure on me.
No, I didn't.
Which was really good. And since we couldn't,
I don't want to be raping my new wife. That would be serious.
You didn't put pressure on me, and you were gentle, and
but I was frustrated with him. To be sincere.
You were gentle, and when you realized that this thing was not working, you're like, let's just sleep. Like, we'll try again tomorrow.
So we are married forever. What's the point of trying to
and
force
we're going
things
on honeymoon, or we're traveling to New Zealand.
The day after the
2 days after. 2 days after. So so our wedding night was not like the glamour and the glory and the splendor
it was not lit like Yorubas would say. It was not.
And we're talking about it before we started this episode. I said something. I remember the statement that goes, proper preparation prevents poor performance. We were not well prepared for the wedding nights. We were walking towards the wedding, and to be honest, we're just thinking about, let's just do it and leave. But finish the wedding and travel out. But in terms of that night, and we did not really prepare for it, and I think that we were not well equipped for it, and if we were to do if we were to go back again or try, have another opportunity to do a wedding night, it will be a lot better. I think that's the whole idea of doing this video, especially for those of you who might be watching us who are yet to get married, so that you do your wedding night way better.
Don't let the hype fool you. Don't let the hype fool you. Make sure that you're well prepared. Make sure that you're well educated. So when did we eventually do the following day? The following day. So that day, of course, we both slept. Nothing happened. It couldn't happen. And we both slept with our frustration and tiredness and all of that. But
I was not frustrated. I was happy. I was all right. Because it was. I just thought, okay, we have
each other
ourselves
forever.
for exactly.
Yeah.
So no pressure.
To try again and try
But
again.
he was frustrated.
Yeah, I was.
I didn't know that.
I
To
was,
be honest.
I was. And the next day, I think we left very early. We went to a family friend's place to stay just before our travel. I think we had to stay there because we were going
Overnight
there
to the airport.
To the airport right after. So we stayed there, and and of course, during the day we couldn't really try anything. We just were playing
busy.
with the family.
Thanksgiving Sunday,
Thanksgiving Sunday, and so on. Yeah, it was actually after Thanksgiving Sunday that we went to the family friend's house, and we got there late evening.
Yes,
Got
it was
there
a
in the
busy day.
evening. But that evening we were determined to try again. We were actually determined to try again. So my wife brought out all our granny lingerie.
Babe, enough. I don't like it.
And then again, because we were all still uneducated, there was no foreplay and all of that. And this time, I think we tried, and I think we were just determined, both of us.
We had a bit of foreplay too. We had
we?
we had a bit of foreplay too.
And just determined to penetrate, and we did. But it came with a bit of pain.
Yeah, yes, and quite bloody.
Yeah, yes, very bloody because she was a virgin at the time, and I'm not sure if we were truly fully prepared for the bloodiness.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, because I remember I think we had soiled somebody's bed sheet.
That's topic for another day.
And because it was a friend's house, it was not like a hotel and all of that. Yeah,
so.
we were like, oh my god.
Yeah, poor preparation.
So yeah, anyway, that was how it eventually then happened.
Yeah.
And then from then on, it was painless and
less pain.
If you have listened to our How We Spice Things Up or something like that, I'm not sure if we actually, I think it was when we went to Darwin was when we really talked deeply about how we revolutionized our sex life.
Yeah, we've also done an episode how to specify our sex life.
So and for many years that non-education, lack of preparation continued for a lot of years until we eventually decided to get proper education, which then changed our lives, changed our sex life completely. So we advocate for that. So that was how it went down. The next day we traveled to New Zealand and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
so
it might not be your expectation
no, it
for
may
this.
not be like that for you.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to say is like you watching this episode, you might be thinking we're going to talk about something. Whoa, wow, that happened on our wedding night. But no, it did not happen like that.
No. There was no doggy style.
It did not happen like that.
There was no doggy style. Yeah, it was that was the way. It was not great. It was not gang.
Yeah.
It was just the joy of having each other. I think that was really that really permeated through the whole thing. But like we said, and we don't want to repeat it, lack of education, lack of preparation was the thing. So if you're watching this, you're yet to get married, you're gonna get married soon, you're gonna get married someday. Please don't let the same mistake we made happen to you. In fact, you can give us a call. We also do premarital counseling, by the way. So if you're watching this, you and your spouse, you're gonna get married within the next 6 months thereabout. Come for our premarital counseling. Of course, it's not free. And then by the grace of God, we're going to be able to teach you. We're going to be able to sit down with both of you and be able to counsel you directly. So there's so many things we know now that we'll be able to.
Yes. So after 11 years.
Yes. So that we can put them forward to you. So we thought I would end this episode by literally, we've admitted our ignorance and then sharing some of the things we think those who are about to get married or will get married very soon should know. Number one is that there is nothing wrong in anticipating the wedding night. Nothing wrong. Whereas the hype is not always the way things would look like, especially for people who are uneducated, who are unprepared. If one of them is a virgin, for instance, the hype
or both of them are even virgins.
Yes, that night may not live up to the hype.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with anticipating making love to your one and only beautiful wedded spouse.
Yes. And if the wedding night is not all that glam, remember that you've got the rest of your life together. The truth of the matter is your wedding night should not be your best sex night. Things should keep getting better. Things should continue to get better. And don't feel like you've lost everything because
the wedding night didn't go well.
Exactly. It's still a long journey you've got, and don't put yourselves under a lot of pressure. Take your time, take it slowly, and you get there eventually, know. And it doesn't always have to be painful. Don't now be scared because we said it was painful. Then it doesn't always have to be painful. If you are well prepared, you've got all the education that you need to get, you've done all that you need to do, it doesn't have to be painful. Even if you're a virgin, it does not have to be painful.
Number 2 is get knowledge. Knowledge includes premarital counseling. But like we said earlier on, if your premarital counseling does not have detailed sex knowledge, then please actually go and pay for that separately, or call a married friend that you know that their marriage is very sweet, that you can tell that both these people look like they're having sex regularly and they're enjoying it. There's some people like that. You can spot them in church. They're always holding hands. They're always, So go and meet them. They probably would have years of experience and they'll be able to share with you a lot of knowledge. Unfortunately, parents don't hardly share this, especially within the African circle. Like my parents didn't say anything to me. And I don't think your parents said anything, even though the mommy ended up helping to buy the...
Babe, stop. We've had enough.
The laundry, but...
Babe, we've had enough.
They didn't accompany it with much education and all of that. So you may not get that from your parents. And they may even be shy to really tell you everything because now they're telling that their child, that kid that they birth, it may be hard for them. So it's always good to pay. I know some of you are always looking for something free. You might actually want to pay, a sex therapist, or to come to people like us and all of that, or get your mentors, married mentors to guide you. Very, very, this thing is very, very important. In fact, if you're not careful and you don't handle that night properly, it can lead to a lot of resentment and bitterness between the
frustration, lots of frustration, especially if you, for example, as a lady or even as a guy, you are expectant, you are wanting it, and then you finally, it finally happens, and you're like, gosh, is that all? It's like it may make you to want to begin to resent, sexual intercourse, which should not be the case. So it's important that you actually are well equipped, so that and if the lady is a virgin, that's even extra education. Like you really have to emphasize that whoever is educating you, that the woman is a virgin, what else should I do, so that it's not just... You mean like the man for the man?
No, if the lady is a virgin, the pain and all of that comes with it, the man would need to be educated. The man would need to be educated. Both of you actually need to be educated about what to do because the woman is a virgin. And if the man is a virgin, not experienced, even more education too, how to take it slow, how to take it easy, to delay ejaculation, all of those sort of things there's tons of things to learn. Tons of things. Please don't take it as it was sex. Sex is just penetration. Like we said, that was my mistake, and we don't want you to make.
And it can come with a bit of anxiety that night. But just calm down, relax. It's not an examination. Nobody's marking you. I'm like, okay, did he fail or did she pass? Just relax and
especially
chill.
if you're exposed to sex through porn, you could be thinking of a kind of a performance kind of something. Give it to her the doggy style. She'll bend like this, I'll bend like that, we'll hold each other on the window and all of that. No, don't do that on the wedding night. Take your time, and practice the things that you've been educated about and seek education. You might need to read books as well. That's part of education, to understand how to go about. There's some really good books like What Every Man Must Know, Every Woman, or something like that. There's some really good
Every
books
Woman is a really good book.
So something like that. I can't remember the title.
It is.
Okay. Really good books like that. I remember there's another good book that we have like that, but we didn't read those books before. So that's why we're sharing these things with you. And then talk about it before. Talk about that wedding night.
Yes.
So beyond the expectations going on in both of your heads, talk about it before the wedding night, before the wedding day. Talk about it. So what should we do? What are we going to do?
And plan for it. Get all your gadgets if you need gadgets.
When we say gadgets, please, we are not talking about BDSM. Gadgets in terms of lubricant, lingeries, if you're into that.
And for the women, for both of you, shave, smell nice, prepare for the day, look good.
Shave ahead.
Yes, please. And even the room also, make it make it
romantic.
Yes, our room was plain.
Yeah, but no, because we didn't. It was a lodge. We didn't really have a lot of money to even ask them to do anything.
And we were
like
not
that.
even prepared. Like we're not thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know.
We are telling you this from our very own mistakes that we believe you should not make.
Yeah. So talk about it. Plan towards it. Prepare for it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you want to relieve that memory and be like, oh wow, like you had a good time.
Fingers crossed.
You had a good time.
You can do that. Like we can. Yeah.
We had a good time. It was not like because to be honest
not a sexual
with you,
good time.
yes, I mean people always
Sexually
believe that the wedding night you have to do the do, but if you cannot do the do,
and
still have a good time.
And you just want to sleep. Please
still
sleep.
Have a good time.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't have to be sex. It can be conversations. It can be just telling each other beautiful things. Yeah. And if you have sex and if you cannot have sex, still have a good time.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Still have a good time, chatting, talking. I want to believe
playing, caressing each other. Just exactly.
Anyway. Yeah. So don't put yourself under pressure that it must happen this night.
It doesn't have to happen.
Doesn't have to happen. You have yourselves forever. Yeah. And communicate during the do as well. Talk. I know for a first timer, you might be very shy, and to be able to say, "Oh, put your penis there. Let me adjust like this. Touch my labia first.
It's painful like this. It's painful like that. Stop or
babe, I would like you to suck my breast first. Suck my nipples first. Touch me here. Touch me there. Like those kind of communication, they are extremely germane to enjoying it fully.
Absolutely.
Don't be those kind of people who don't believe that anyone should talk during sex. There's some people who believe that you're not supposed to talk. It's so holy.
Just quiet.
So
just
sacred,
be quiet.
And you just go in and come out and do one bam bam and finish. No, that's not the way. Take your friendship into the sexual angle.
Absolutely.
And for the man, last point, be gentle. No, that's not the last point. One more point. Be gentle. Be calm. I know you are anxious. Some of you would have watched porn before all of those, so you thought that it's a performance-driven thing. No, it's not a performance. Nobody's going to do performance indicator or KPI over what you experience that day. No, so don't rush. Don't put pressure on the lady. Don't be too frustrated.
Don't pressure yourself too.
Calm down. And be gentle. Be a gentleman. Don't let your anxiety make you less gentle, because it can make the lady resentful. Yeah. And lastly, please buy lubricant and be extremely generous with lubricant on that night, especially if the lady is a virgin. Be extremely generous.
Yeah.
All right. You don't manage it. Don't let poverty mindset affect you with the use of lubricant. All right, because it's going to smoothen and make the whole thing more seamless than it will be if you do not have a lubricant. We made that mistake. We didn't have a lubricant, and that didn't help. So those are some of the things that we thought we would share with you as part of the lessons from our wedding night. Right?
Yeah.
Any other point?
No. All right. Yeah, but I mean, we talking about it now, we're able to laugh about it, we're able to chat about it, we're able to, but we acknowledge that we did make mistakes. We
acknowledge our ignorance. We
yes,
mistakes we made,
yes, and it could have been better. Yeah. And we don't want you to make the same mistake.
Watching this, who is yet to get married and will get married someday, yours will be way better in Jesus' name. You'll be well prepared, you'll be well educated, and you will not be frustrated. That's what we believe. And hopefully, maybe Jesus will not have come before your call. All right. With that, we'll close this episode of Purpose-Driven Marriage. We believe that this has been a blessing to you, especially if you're not married. We hope you have learned one or two things, and that will transfer to your wedding night by the grace of God. And if you're married, please share this with some people you know who are going to get married soon. I believe they're going to learn quite a lot. And then if you want to also share with us what your wedding night was like, leave it in the comments
Let us
for
know.
us. Let us know.
Was it like ours or was it better?
Was it like ours or was it better? Were you educated? Were you prepared? All of these things that we talked about, we would like to know in the comments. So leave it for us in the comments, whether you're watching live right now or you're going to watch the recording later. It's always good to hear from you. You are our community. We're doing this because of you, and you are watching also because of us. So let's enjoy our learning from each other. All right. We want to acknowledge those who are watching us live right now. Our very own Ifeoluwa, those who watching us live and have left a comment. Okay? If you don't leave a comment, there's no way we would know. Jacinta Nuka is watching
Thank
us.
you.
Our very own
Thank you
Ifeoluwa
so
is
much.
watching us live. Ojo Olubunmi is watching us. Ojo
Thank
Olubunmi
you.
said, marriage counselors won't tell us deep things, especially church counselors. That's true. So many marriage counselors, they will just be beating around the bush and will not go directly. So oftentimes, premarital counseling may not be all that you need. All right. Our very own Sister Dayton is also watching us. Like she said, well, breaking my silence, something not often talked about is the tiredness after a long day of celebration. True.
Yeah.
He said, if thought about carefully, I believe couples can choose to rest and do things later. Absolutely true. So genuine advice from someone married as well. All right. Don't pressure yourself that it must happen that night. You could leave that to the next day and the next days of your life after Jesus tarries. Very important.
Continues. Not like she waits the next
it
days.
It continues. It continues.
Yes, it
and there are
continues
people
to
who
enjoy.
for like a whole week they will be trying and they will not be working.
Yeah.
Don't be frustrated.
Yeah.
These are
You can
things.
ask for help. If
You can ask for help.
you're
No,
struggling.
you should ask for help.
Ask for help.
You
Actually.
should ask for help.
Yeah,
You should never
some
carry
knowledge.
anything
Or what
that
are we
you
doing
feel-
wrong? What
Yeah.
are we not doing right? I mean, is there something else, or is there a medical problem or condition that could be causing this?
Absolutely.
And
there are things that could be the reason why you're struggling and all of that. So quickly ask for help before it becomes too late and you have done something silly and all of that. So ask for help. Help is and there are help around you. You said that many people don't know. When it comes to sex, many people believe is my burden, is my cross, I have to carry it alone.
Yeah.
Who told you that?
And we don't talk about these things. Like,
We don't talk
the
about it
height
enough in
is
church.
like we it's like secret, like it's too private. Yeah.
Don't worry. In
Don't die in
2025,
silence.
we'll come for you.
Come.
We'll come for you when it comes to sexual intimacy. Yeah, we'll come for you. When I say we'll come for you, I know what I mean. We'll
No hold back.
we will not hold anything
Yeah.
back. We'll give you a lot of interesting topics. So those
Yes,
of you who
sir.
are married, watch out. Stay tuned. Tell all your married friends that these people, they want to give it to us. in
Okay, I
2025.
think we need to wrap up now.
Let's wrap it up. God bless you and thank you very much for watching. Do take care. Bye-bye now.
God bless you. Bye.